You're getting some aerobic fitness in. Good. I need it.
This isn't your typical practice footage, and you won't believe what was just leaked from the Indiana Fever's training camp. You know what? A covert film that was recently released online is causing a stir in the basketball community. The Indiana Fever's camp was more than simply a workout. It was a battleground of strategy, diligence, and intensity, with none other than
Caitlin Clark, the WNBA's record-breaking phenom. This isn't the Clark you thought you knew. The leaked footage, which is now blowing up on X and beyond, shows a version of Caitlin that's
Caitlin has developed into a terrifyingly good person. She is on a quest to dominate, not merely to prove herself, and let's just say that the rest of the league should be extremely anxious. To believe this, you must see it. Now, Clark is completely shredded. Her focus is sharper and her form is crisper. In a shooting gauntlet from every angle, she effortlessly drained three after torching through full-court sprints. Her shots laser-precise, her passes, no-look dimes that made teammates like Aaliyah Boston and Kelsey Mitchell appear like co-stars in a basketball ballet. And let's talk defense, as though she had already advanced to the WNBA Finals. She locked down imaginary opponents. This wasn't the norm. This was a declaration. However, here's the worst part. This entire session was a masterclass in psychology. It's not just physical. This is mental warfare. According to insiders, Clark has been studying film for hours, meditating, meeting one-on-one with new head coach Stephanie White, and obsessing over every detail. She wasn't just grinding. She was leading. She barked out plays, lifted spirits, and demanded greatness with that fire in the belly intensity you only see in legends. While the rest of the league is stuck in checkers, Clark is engaged in a game of chess. Additionally, you won't believe Coach White's response. She was astounded to see Clark in action for the first time. During a recent Purdue lecture, White likened Clark's motivation to that of Tamika Catchings, describing her as a coaching sponge who absorbs adjustments to her playmaking, footwork, and defense as if she were getting ready for a takeover. White's amazement only deepened after viewing the leaked video, since what she witnessed actual transcendence rather than only possibility. The fans are giddy. The Fever want to steamroll their way to the WNBA Finals, not merely secure a postseason berth. Caitlin Clark is no longer the target. She is the storm and the hunter. She is in charge of a group of wolves that are poised to destroy the league. If you thought the last season was crazy, get ready, because Clark 2.0 has come, and she isn't playing around. You'll be shocked by what Stephanie White was rendered utterly silent. Keep in mind that this woman has witnessed it all. The legendary Indiana basketball player and coach Stephanie White believed she had already seen the pinnacle of success when she led the Fever to championship victory. However, despite her extensive heritage, nothing could have prepared her for the power of nature, which is what's Caitlin Clark 2.0. White was invited back to rebuild a shattered empire after years of witnessing the Fever fade into mediocrity and miss playoff season after season. And just when it appeared that hope was a far-off fantasy, Caitlin Clark enters the picture like a plot line out of a sports movie. The same Caitlin who guided the Fever to their first postseason trip in almost 10 years, the same Caitlin, now more intimidating, sharper, quicker, and bulkier. White's jaw nearly fell to the ground when the leaked training camp video of Clark ripping through drills like a woman possessed appeared. She wasn't only seeing the development of a top player. She was witnessing a dynasty's rebirth. Clark's powerful physique, lightning-fast judgment, and vicious temperament, yes. White was astounded as well. This was a change in power, not simply a possibility. White, who trained legends to play with giants and win trophies, was in amazement. Clark's ability to dominate the court and set the tone with each ferocious pass and dagger three is equally as impressive as her raw skill. According to reports, White claimed that Clark makes her think of Tama Catchings. However, she is now taking things a step further. Clark is not merely reciting myths. She's turning into one. And it becomes more bizarre. This isn't a solo act. The front office has meticulously selected a squad of reinforcements to meet Clark's appetite. In the post, we discuss Aaliyah Boston's bullying of defenders. Second quarters seem like fourth quarter crunch time because of Kelsey Mitchell's relentless deep shooting and a tenacious bench unit. The Fever, led by Caitlin like a battle-hardened general, aren't just focused on making the playoffs. They want to destroy anything that stands in their way. Every switch, screen, every item shouts revenge tour. After spending years in the woods, Stephanie White's eyes were flaming with belief in addition to being wide with pride. The Fever have a roster prepared to trample their way back to the top, a superstar coach who has seen the promised land and put it in writing. Now that the Fever are back, they won't be playing nice. Their goal is to dominate the WNBA. On the Indiana Fever sidelines, Stephanie White is back where she belongs. But this time, she has a game-changing rookie on her side who is dominating the league, so she's not alone. Caitlin Clark, and you know what? This duo may be the most dangerous coach-player combination the WNBA has seen in a long time. The adventure of Stephanie White has gone full circle, and you won't believe it. As head coach, she once guided the Indiana Fever to WNBA Finals success in 2015. Yes, during her first year in leadership. She was a standout player for the same franchise prior to that. A tough guard with a good basketball intelligence, yes. She has won WNBA titles, NCAA titles with Purdue, Big Ten Player of the Year honors, and a prestigious coaching position at Vanderbilt. But here's the shocking part. Following all of the promise, the Fever entered an almost decade-long downturn. Fans turned away from them as they missed the playoffs year after year. The thrill subsided until today. Everything is changing now that Caitlin Clark has entered the building. Clark is more than a novice. She is a natural power. She broke collegiate basketball records, crowded stadiums nationwide, and introduced the women's game to new audiences. Her vision was unreal. Her confidence skyrocketed after her shot. And guess who is the ideal coach to help her? That's right, Stephanie White and Clark are similar in that they both play with intelligence, hard work, and heart. White has the answers, while Clark is a sponge, coachable, hungry, and inquisitive. Stephanie is transforming Caitlin into more than just a celebrity by teaching her leadership skills and designing plays. She's shaping her into a franchise cornerstone. Now picture this buffed-up Caitlin Clark leading the charge with a long list of people behind her. The Fever didn't simply draft Clark and go on. Instead, they strengthened their system, rallied their supporters, and recruited reinforcements around her. White isn't just calling plays. She's teaching Caitlin how to lead, take control of the spotlight, and dominate with poise and grit. With Stephanie leading the charge, they're not just going to compete. They're getting ready to destroy everyone who gets in their way. It is mentoring, and it is effective. You can feel it in the air. The return of the Indiana Fever for the first time in almost 10 years. The playoffs are within sight. The rebirth of the culture the WNBA is closely observing because sparks are created when a generational talent and a leader with fighting experience are combined. This is the beginning of a new empire, not merely a team with promise. And you know what? It's just getting started. For future updates, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, like, and share this video if you liked it. Keep an eye out.